My name is Leah Cleary and I work at TASCOS in Hobart looking after FindHelpTAS, which is an online database of Tasmanian community services. The idea is it's an easy way for Tasmanians to find services near them. So I'm just making this quick video from the Home Office, so let's get into it. The web address for FindHelpTAS is findhelptas.org.au, and this is the homepage. FindHelpTAS was actually started in 2015 and it's funded and managed by a unique partnership of Tasmanian community service organisations. At the moment, we've got over 400 listing organisations and over 850 programs on the site. So if you provide services and you're not on here, get in touch. We'd love to have you listed. So on the home page, these are the main categories of services. So let's click into emergency. Each category has a description at the top of the kinds of services that have been grouped in that category. And then it will show you all the services in grid view. So these are all of the emergency categories services. So we've got 6 pages of them. So to refine that down a bit, we've got subcategories. So this has been one of the trickiest parts of the project, is working out how to, without having too many of these, just have enough to help make it easy for you to find services. So we've got the main sought after ones at the moment are up the top. And then we've got other types of services. And then down the bottom, we've got a few other groupings that can also be useful. I suspect this list will evolve as we go along. Also, this exact list is going to be slightly different for each category, depending on which subcategories the organisations have ticked. So, for example, there's women's services. There is also a men's services category, but there hasn't been one ticked for this in this group. So let's tick emergency relief and search. So this is now showing us, again in grid view, all the emergency relief services that we've got. So it's now brought down the list to 3 pages worth. So this view just shows you, we call these cards, one for each program. And it basically shows you the organisations that are providing the service, a summary of what the service is. And then these icons give you an indication as to whether it's a phone-based service, a service where you go somewhere, an online service, or an outreach service. So that was some feedback we got, that people wanted to know which ones were the outreach ones. So that's another way to tell. So we've also got map view. This is a really handy new feature. So it's taken all of those services, but as many of our computers do, they know where we are. So this one is now showing me just the emergency relief services around the Hobart area, because that's where I am. So rather than 3 pages, I've now got just a few here. I can also zoom out and others appear. I can also move the map around and see others as well. So map view can be a really handy way to filter and work out what services you might be interested in. The site does have a suburb or postcode option. So if we went back to where we were and I chose Hobart, oops, spelled it right, Hobart. This grid view is now only showing me listings that have got Hobart in the address. Any services that are in Moona or other outer suburbs of Hobart won't show. So it can be handy, but it can be limiting. It doesn't know that Hobart City Council is made of broader suburbs. The map view will still show me extra ones when I zoom out, which is really, really handy. But yeah, that can just be, it can sometimes restrict what you're seeing based on quite a specific field in the listings. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're using that postcode search. Often it can be easier to leave it out and just go to the map view and see all of them that are near you. So let's just, oh yeah, when you see these pins, then you can click on them and you can see what the program is. You see the summary, who's providing it, and the icons, same as in grid view. So let's just click on one. We're now in the program page. This page is where our organisations enter their data. They have a full service description box, so that has more info than was on the card. They've also then got a range of headings when they enter the info to prompt them to include different types of data. So these headings will differ in different program listings depending on what the organisation has entered. We've made them really flexible. They can add extra information on face-to-face or how their outreach service is delivered. Flexibility has been a key thing because there's so many services in Tasmania that operate in such different ways, so we've tried to accommodate all of those variations. We have included down here a date. You can see when the information was last updated. We contact our organisations regularly to prompt them to log in and check and update their data. The update process is a lot easier on the upgraded site than it was on the old one. But yeah, that date will tell you when the information was last checked and updated. This site has all the contact details for the listing. So it's who the provider is, and these are all the locations where this service is offered. The site has automatically opened the Clarence one because that was the pin that I clicked on. So this is the Clarence phone number. The website, where we can, we try to link to the doorways, for example, the program page website, rather than the home page of the organisation. So that's just to try and save you another round of searching and clicking. So hopefully where we can, we make that go straight to the doorways page or the program page. And then there's the address. So there's the example. That's what the postcode is searching. It's looking at that suburb. Yeah, so you can also click on this pin and you can go to Google Maps to then navigate to that address. We can also click on any of these to see the Huonville number and address, or the Georgetown doorways details. So they're all there. We've also got the option for the organisation to upload their social media. Some programs have their own Facebook page, and some Facebook pages are the organisation more broad Facebook page. So they've got the option to put those on there. We've also added a report incorrect information link. That's just another prompt. We at FindHelpTAS, we know how important up-to-date information is. So that's another mechanism, an extra way that we've added so that you, people who use our site, if you notice something that is a bit of old information, then you can click on that. That will open a form that goes to the organisation, and you can just say, look, I noticed this bit of information needs updating, and that will prompt them, and it also comes to me, so we can work with the organisation to get the information updated, which is a pretty easy process. So that's a new feature. At the bottom then, it also shows different programs run by that organisation. and we can click on those and go to that page for them. So that is the program page. So we've looked at the categories, the subcategories. If you've done a search and you've looked at map and looked at grid and there's nothing coming up, we also have this grouping here. These are our phone and online services which are statewide. So a lot of these are helplines, online support, so that if you're in a rural or remote area and there isn't a physical address nearby, these are options for you to get some help. So there's no map view for these because there's no addresses, and they won't appear on the map view or the grid view if you enter a postcode. So just to click into one of these, the program page for these ones, as you'll see, there's no addresses, but they're set up the same. They can put this listing's got a lot more information in the service bit, who it's for, the cost, opening hours is an option, and they have an option as well to upload a document. So it might be a training registration form, it might be a fact sheet. So this one's a help sheet. So it just gives you a bit of information about the document. And to keep data usage low, we don't download the documents, but we give you the option to. So if you want to download it, then you can click on that and it will take you to the document. So this one's a help sheet. And the contact details, so that's the helpline, there's the email address, and then the website for it. And we've got some other numbers that Advocacy Tasmania have provided. Yeah. And then the same down the bottom, updated date and other services from there. Okay, so there's two other things to show you and then we'll be all across it. So we've looked down here at the categories. This little box here, it's the same categories, it's just a list view. So if you don't want to click in, you can just put it there and your postcode in. Just keep in mind the suburb postcode, why that works. But what this actually, the cool bit about this box is you can leave it without selecting a category, and then you can just put in a place, and this will show you all the services in this place. And like I said, map view is really handy. So we can see these are the CN services. But again, with map, we can scroll out. Oh, my stomach's grumbling. And have a look at what else is nearby. And like I said, this is all the services, so that we haven't limited this to a category. This is just everything. So again, it's just flexibility. It's giving different options depending on where you are and what you're after. This might be a handy thing if you've just moved to a different area and you're just wanting to see all of them at once. So that's how that can be handy. And I've got one more thing to show you, which is the keyword search. So another way to search is, so this is a keyword search. So this works a bit like Google. So this is if you're looking for something specific and you know a relatively unique word or phrase, or not phrase, a word to find it. So for example, if I have heard of Mara House, I might want to just go straight to Mara House. I might not know what they do or where they are, but that's the keyword. I can use the keyword search and it will bring back a list of everything that's got Mara or house in it, but it'll bring the one with both to the top. So this list we can't filter this one. It won't show it in grid or map view. It's got a different functionality apparently in the back end. So this is useful, if you know a specific keyword. And then it can take you to that page, and then you can see the website. This one actually also shows you the organisations can put a link to a YouTube video. Again, it's a light site, so it doesn't download the video, but it gives you the option to link and open it and see it. And this is a video just showing you what Mara House does and how it works. So that's the keyword search. It appears throughout the site in this top bar, but it is a global search. It will search the entire database. Even if you're in the housing category, it won't just search housing, it'll search everything. So it can be really helpful. If you're looking, even example, something like BAPT Care, you could find all the BAPT Care listings because it'll pick up all of the BAPT Care information. So if you're searching for something specific that's quite unique, that can be a helpful way as well, but you just can't see where they are without clicking into them. But that's the keyword search up there. Alrighty, I think that is all the main functions. I hope that has been helpful for you. You can certainly help us by spreading the word, let people know it's here. And if you've got any questions or feedback, there's a contact form at the bottom of every page in the site. So we'd love to hear from you. All right, I hope that's been helpful. Stay safe and thank you very much.